What's up, guys? Skippy Africanus here, and right here you'll notice that I have quite a few different rounds in various calibers, sizes, and shapes, and while they're all fairly different from each other, they each share one important element. In one way, shape, or form, they contain steel in the projectile. Now, a common thought for why this is done is to make the bullet better at piercing armor, or just have better penetration in general. And while this is certainly the driving force for many different rounds, as to why they would contain a steel core, it's not the only reason that bullets will contain a steel core. Because you see, aside from better penetration, there exists two other factors that can be a benefit when using either steel cores or bimetal jackets. Those two being both cost and weight. Now, the first big benefit that comes from using either a steel core or a bimetal jacket is reduced cost in the projectile. Now, it comes as no surprise that steel is cheaper than copper, but what may come as a surprise is that steel is also cheaper than lead. And this is the driving force for why a lot of cartridges would contain, the steel core or the bimetal jacket. And this is also why you'll see countries using, say, the 7.62x54R cartridge with a steel core, but then also fielding special armor-piercing 7.62x54R when the need arises. Both cartridges may use a steel core, however, when the goal of increased penetration is in mind, that core tends to be made of a more hardened steel versus what the standard rounds are issued with. Now, it should come as no surprise that bimetal jacketed bullets, which use either a full lead core or steel core surrounded by lead, and a steel jacket that's either been copper-plated or washed, are also using steel to produce a cheaper projectile, given that steel is, of course, cheaper than copper. Now, another benefit to using steel in your bullets is weight, which specifically helps with bullet shape, and this round right here is probably one of the best examples of it on the more extreme end. So right here next to it, we have a standard 150 grain lead core copper jacketed 308, and you can see that the bullets are of a similar length to each other. Now, if this bullet, or actually bullets, because if you weren't aware, this 7.62 duplex actually has a bullet on top and a bullet below it, were to follow the same construction as this one, it would weigh in at a much heavier 300 grains. However, by making the entire bullet out of steel, they can keep it to around 80 grains a bullet, giving you a total weight of 160 grains, which allows for a more traditional style of bullet, because trying to pack two bullets made of lead is going to end up with some fairly small stuff that's not really going to be flying well over distance. This is, of course, a very extreme example, given, as mentioned, this entire bullet is actually made of steel with a copper jacket. However, it is something that is seen, of course, in the most normal of steel core projectiles. But anyways, I think that is going to do it for this video on steel in your bullets. Hope you all enjoyed the video as much as I personally enjoyed making it, and I will see y'all next time.